So everyone's been bandying around terms like blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and how these are, the new solution, how they're going to, solve issues like climate change and sustainability. Well, I'm actually here with Laszlo, founder and CEO of the Poseidon Foundation, and probably one of the leading experts in these technologies, and someone who's actually applying these technologies to the issue of climate change and sustainability. So, Laszlo, how, people talk about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. I'm not actually convinced they always know what they're talking about. What is blockchain?
It's a really funny question, because in every conference where I've been speaking, whether it was the World Economic Forum in Davos or Sustainable Investment Forum during New York Climate Week or numerous other forums where I've been speaking, blockchain has been hailed as the Holy Grail that will suddenly solve every problem we have ever faced, and then some. And it's really interesting because most people don't even understand what it is, as you rightly said, because in the end of the day, blockchain is nothing other than the next evolution in data storage, data processing, and data display. So blockchain itself won't solve any issues the same way as a database or an email won't solve any issue.
But data, that doesn't sound very exciting.
And it's not.
Blockchain does, for some reason.
It does. And it really is that way. If you're just looking at the technology itself, it's not exciting at all. But what you can do with the technology, that becomes very exciting. So what makes blockchain very unique compared to current technologies of data storage, or I would say predominant ways of storing data, is that in blockchain you have a distributed way of storing data. It's very much like having information in the internet, where everybody in the world can access the information. And when you make changes to that data, everybody sees the updates. Where if you go to a bank or you go to any other organization that stores data, you have one central area where the data is stored, you have one central body that controls changes to that data, and you have one central area where you can access that data. So if you are a company in London and you store somebody's personal information, and then somebody in Singapore would like to see that information, they can't actually access it unless the company in London gives access to it. It's very different with blockchain. Blockchain is pretty much data that is publicly available. And that's when it becomes interesting, especially in the areas of, let's say, climate change, or in any area where you want to store information that is interesting to a large number of people. So with blockchain you can now do two things. You can store the data in a way that everybody can see it, but you can also ensure that if you have a snapshot of that data and then you want to make a change to that snapshot, that everybody involved in the decision-making process, whether an update happens or not, which is called consensus mechanism, has a say in it. And you don't have a central body that decides when updates are being made, which, without going into too much detail, basically ensures that data isn't faked or corrupted or changed in a way that is not acceptable.